Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. College football top 5 countdown for the weekend beginning November 1st, 2025. We're going to get to all 5 plays in just a moment. A little bit later in this recording, we'll be talking a little bit about what I got going this weekend. 6 plays in all, college football and NFL, a 7-star, 6-star, and we'll get to all of that in just a bit. Let's get right to the countdown. Get busy here. Number 5 this week, we're taking the points with SMU at home over Miami. Currently, as of Thursday evening, SMU is getting 11 in this one. And I'll tell you what, Miami's leaving the state of Florida for the first time all year, just their second road game. Played that one roadie at Florida State on October 4th. I like Rhett Lashley. I have him power rated as a head coach a little bit above Mario Cristobal. And let's not forget that Lashley has this SMU team with a 34-15 record, a pair of 8-0 conference records. He did once in the AAC and now in the ACC last year. And, of course, led the Mustangs to a playoff berth last year. Listen, I know they had a bad offensive game last week following that win at Clemson. They get beat by Wake, but I like Kevin Jennings, who's played well in most games, to bounce back here. And as far as Miami, their quarterback Carson Beck, he hasn't been anything special this season. In fact, take out a game against Bethune-Cookman, and Beck has 10 touchdowns and 7 picks against everybody else. I think the line, even though it's come down a little bit, is still a little bit too high. And my number 5 play is SMU plus the points over the Miami Hurricanes. SMU is your number 5 play. Number 4 is Boise State laying 17.5 to Fresno State. This game, of course, at home for Boise. It gets underway about 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. The Bulldogs offense was struggling in Mountain West Conference play, talking about Fresno, thanks in part to their quarterback, E.J. Warner's multitude of mistakes. So what do? They switch out Warner last week. They bring in another quarterback, and they get shut out by San Diego State. Not a single point scored by Fresno. Boise should add to the Bulldogs' offensive problems no matter who's at quarterback in this game. And as far as the Broncos, their quarterback, Madsen, he's having a solid season, and he's got a running back by the name of Dylan Riley, who's rushed for almost 730 yards and about 7.5 yards per carry. They've got a change of pace running back in Sire Gaines, 430-plus yards, about 5 yards per pop. I think Boise State's going to roll to the win and the cover in this one. Number 4 play, the Boise State Broncos minus the points. Number 3, I'm going to switch to the NFL. We don't do NFL top 5 countdowns, just don't have a ton of plays. We have our premium plays. We got a couple in the NFL, but we're doing the Joes versus Pros, and the messages on my Twitter account say they like that better than a top 5 NFL countdown. So we're going to throw one into the mix here with the college countdown. I played this at under 53, the Bears and the Bengals, which is my number 3 play. It's down to 51.5. I'm okay as long as this total is 50 or higher. So the low of 50, that's where I'll cut it off. Still like it under the total at the correct number of 51.5. I get it since he's given up a ton of points, 70 points the last couple of weeks. They've scored a ton of points the last couple of weeks. All that's been baked into this total. And if you look at Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, he doesn't fit Ben Johnson's offense too well. And after the first series of each game for Chicago, and of course the first series is scripted, he passes for less, or he completes less than 60% of his passes after that opening series. He's got 4 interceptions. He's got a passer rating of roughly 87. And of course, you got Joe Flacco nursing that sore shoulder for Cincinnati. So here we are with this high total. It has come down a little bit. And again, the number 3 play is under 51.5 between the Bears and Bengals. And I like it all the way down to 50. Number 2 play, Florida State. Florida State laying the 10 spot to Wake Forest. And despite a 4-game skid and a loss to Stanford before last week's bye, Mike Norvell is still drawing a paycheck from Florida State. They had a lot of chances to beat Stanford a couple weeks ago, watching that game late night out here in the Pacific time zone. And in fact, they outgained Stanford 444 to 293. But Wake was in a tough one last week. They knocked off SMU 13-12 on a last-second 50-yard field goal as a 5-point home dog. And boy, they couldn't run the ball, and it failed now to run for more than 91 yards in 3 of the last 5 games. I think it's tough sledding here for Wake Forest. I think that number, if you like Florida State, is fair. My number 2 play is the Seminoles minus the points over Wake Forest. Marquee matchup in just a moment. Real quick note, here's what I got going this weekend, college and pro football. 6 plays on Saturday and Sunday, 3 in college, 3 in the pros, and that includes a 7-star Saturday and a 6-star In the NFL, my college and pro football run the last 7 weeks, now 27-14, up well over $3,000. And going back to last year, mid-September, 97-63 and up $10,120. You can find all my plays on my homepage over at DocSports.com. You can also check out my Friday plays after we swept and went 4-0 on Thursday night. Top play, the marquee matchup, Oklahoma at Tennessee. We like Tennessee here laying 2.5. We know about Brent Venables. This defense makes a lot of big stops. Defense is forte, obviously. But when they're not making big stops, I don't trust their offense. Quarterback for OU, Mateer, 58% passer in his last 3 games, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. And in 4 games against the SEC, the Sooners have rushed for 97 yards per game on 3 yards per carry. Not up to snuff. Mateer is going to face a Tennessee pass rush averaging 3 sacks per game, and OU ranks outside the top 90 in sacks allowed in conference action. Meanwhile, OU's defense couldn't slow Ole Miss, their passing game, and I like Tennessee's passing game, which has been thriving. Joey Aguilar had 10 touchdowns in 5 SEC games, and his receivers have been deadly with deep passes. I like my marquee matchup. I like Tennessee here, minus the points. Recapping your top 5 countdown for this week, number 5, SMU plus the points over Miami. Number 4, Boise State minus the points over Fresno State. Number 3, to the NFL, under 51.5, the Bears and Bengals. And again, I like this down to 50. Number 2 play, Florida State minus the points over Wake Forest. And the marquee matchup is Tennessee laying 2.5 to the Oklahoma Sooners. That's the top 5 countdown for the opening weekend of November. Listen, we've been winning like crazy, 97-63. If you want to jump on board, again, you can find all my plays on my homepage at DocSports.com, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, daily, if you want to jump on board. If you like these plays and these top 5 countdowns and these videos, be sure to click on that thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the guys' videos at DocSports.com. Scott Spreitzer here. Let's put him in the win column, everybody. And I will be right back here Friday evening with more videos for the upcoming football weekend. Thanks, everybody.